What's good, y'all? This is Courtney, and I'm here to talk about Twilight Zone 2019, first episode, The Comedian. All right. I literally just got through watching the first episode, and here's how I felt about it. It was alright. It was alright. Uh, it didn't really hold my attention all that much, you know, but some parts of it, you know, it really didn't hold my attention all that much. I liked the actors. I loved the way it was filmed. It was pretty. I like pretty like as a I love the close shots and all that stuff. I'm thinking, to be honest, I'm thinking this episode is gonna be the weakest episode of the season. I wholeheartedly feel this is the weakest episode of the season, and I think Jordan Peele said, listen, let's get the weak shit out first. Gonna put you out there. And boom. And all the rest of it, for what I'm seeing, like the clips of all the rest of the season gonna be bananas. Now, I was, doing some checking around, and folks was talking about, that they didn't like it or blah blah blah, and there was some people talking about the whole it seemed like it dragged on. Now, if I remember correctly, now these episodes are an hour. Well, 55 minutes or whatever. But I think this first episode is 55 minutes. The second episode is 37 minutes. So for what I'm gathering is the premiere, he made it twice as long. Maybe he should have kept it at that 37 mark. Excuse me. But the runtime is different. Cause I think the original Twilight Zone, they episodes ran along the 37 mark or whatever. Boom, 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 boom. I'm quite sure with the first episode, he wanted to, make it longer to familiarize ourselves with this new Twilight Zone universe. You know what I'm saying? So, let's just talk about what basically went on. Is this episode of Comedian is starring Kamal Nagiani. I ain't fuck up his name right. Excuse me if I fucked up your name and all that stuff. So he's a comedian and he ain't fun. He ain't fun at all. So he's a struggling comedian and all that stuff, and he's trying to make it big at this comedy store. Well, call comedy store, this comedy club or whatever. And got all the other comedians. Got this black chick named Dee Scott. She stay razzing on him, but it seems like she's fond of him or whatever. Home dude, Samir. That's his character's name. Samir, he keeps with this one recycled joke. When I call it recycle, like he says it over and over and over. I don't know, is he trying to keep saying it over and over and over so it could actually stick? Bruh, it ain't working. It's talking about gun regulations and all this shit. So he ain't making no money off of this, but he's determined to be a motherfucking comedian. So he goes there, and this comedian icon, which is played by Tracy Morgan, J.C. Wheeler. That's the dude name. And so, Samir, he's acting probably like how I would act if I met who? Okay, so he comedian icon, that's his idol. So for me, it'd be like if I meet Stephen King and shit like that, I would just like spaz or whatever, that'd be me. Cause Stephen King is like my horror writing icon, whatever. I would love to meet him one day. So You know, he like, can you give me some tips? Can you do this? Do. And off the top, JC Wheeler already look dubious and all that shit. I'm just looking at this motherfucker like, so what are you? You the devil throwing tricks, trying to snatch souls and shit. That's me. That's what I'm thinking, right? So basically what he tells Samir that you know, you want to be famous, you want to rule the world, blase, well, you got to give some of yourself and you give it to your audience. It ain't yours no more. It's gone forever. So this is how you really want to do it. Are you really up for the task? And I was like, Samir, I don't know, bro. Maybe you could probably like go back to college or some shit and take up some more classes or whatever. That was me. I like your girlfriend. She make good money. She a lawyer and everything. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, maybe you like want to try again or whatever. Hell, it look like she paying all the bills anyway and all that stuff. Maybe you tell her like, give me a year and everything, get my shit together. That was me. But you know, he said, yeah, I want to do that. So they clicked glasses. I said, y'all done made that compact, huh? And so the first casualty became the dog. So once you see what happened, how it first happened, you can automatically tell how this gonna go. And it's gonna be a motherfucking snowball effect, boozy, boo. So he talks about his dog. People started laughing. They laughed. Now, you could tell, now, brother Samir, you could tell something wasn't right. Because even when you were cracking them jokes and all that stuff, and them people were fucking laughing, the shit wasn't funny. Shit wasn't funny then, my nigga. And so, next thing you know, he talks about the crazy jokes about the dog. Next thing, and then go home, the dog doesn't exist. Do y'all get this pattern? First it was the dog, then hold up. Who's next? His nephew. Then another comedian, some fat, probably mercy looking motherfucker. And you could just see how it going on and on and on. First he's scared, right? But then he was like, shit, I got this superpower and all that stuff. I could really fuck some shit up. And so he starts fucking some shit up. And then like toward the end, it gets to the fact that he ain't even talking about nothing. He just basically throwing out names to the audience, and the audience is eating it up, and they just cracking up, laughing, possibly dying of some fucking shit. Laughing so hard they fall out of chairs. And then mind you, with his girlfriend who was a lawyer, she ain't no lawyer no more. Cause he felt some kind of way about her mentor, her law professor. And you know, it's always that shit going on about, you know, how the distinguished older sexy professor and all that stuff with the pretty student or whatever. Some kind of way you try to figure out, was y'all fucking in college? You know, is that what the fucking was going on? And that shit. And like when Samir came back to the apartment with him and his girlfriend, right? And he would ask about the nephew. Cause he broke up the nephew, which was a cute boy and all that stuff. And that's when he finally realized he fucked up that his power, that, you know, whenever he tells jokes or speaks whoever's name on that stage, that, you know, he basically erases them off the face of the earth. So he decided to do that to his girlfriend professor. And what it seemed like it took him a minute to finally realize, once you erase motherfuckers off this plane of existence, you turn to fight the others that was connected to that motherfucker. So when he got rid of the professor, his girlfriend's old professor, she ain't a lawyer no more. She's a waitress at this goddamn fucking diner. And so he done fucked up. So we get to the point to the crescendo toward the end. But also, then I'm gonna try. JC Willis showed back up, and Homeboy is like, "What did you do? What did you give me and everything?" And Homeboy said, "You wanted it. You wanted it. You wanted the fame at all costs, right? This is at all costs." And listen, Samir started getting popular. Samir started getting more, people want to take selfies with him. Like, "Ooh, you funny, you this." And I'm like, how is he funny? I ain't cracked a smile yet. But, whatever. So, whatever. And so now what kills me, right? Well, it ain't really kill me. My nose just running, y'all. Y'all gotta forgive me. The allergies and all that shit. He is writing down people's names in a notebook. So basically, ones that he gonna erase out of existence. And while he was doing that, it was giving me the inkling of Death Note. Anybody who know about that anime, manga, they know about Death Note and all that stuff. So Death Note, basically, there's a joke between these death gods and all that. So they drop these notebooks, and whoever you write the name up in the notebook and shit like that, right? They die and all that stuff. And one boy, he snatches it, and basically he becomes a serial killer. But in his mind, he think he doing the world a good justice. Because the people that he killing now for like murderers and all that fucking shit, rapists and all that stuff. But it had me thinking about Death Note when he was writing up in that notebook. And so, long story short, the shit get to a crescendo. He finally realizes. Now, he tried to see could he do it with this dude he never met. Because when he was on the bus, he saw this dude, all kind of neo-Nazi tattoos on him and all that fucking shit. It didn't work. The people didn't laugh. That motherfucker's still walking. So it has to be somebody that has some form of connection with him. So he started going back all through elementary, high school, junior high, summer camp, family members that he ain't particularly care for, and all this shit. And he was basically erasing people off of the plane of existence. So his girlfriend showed up. She basically clocks his tea and says, this is your work. This is your work. Samir, it has nothing but names in it. Well, that's, these black lines, but still. It had nothing but names in it. And so what Samir does is, you're right. And so Samir basically brings forth his own demise and basically talks about himself and says his name on stage. And he, boop, disappears. And so when he does that, it seems like everything goes back in working order. There goes the nephew, and the way the girlfriend was looking, she looked like she got her good job back. And so there go Dee Dee. Dee Dee there, the girl say hi to Dee Dee and all that stuff, and woo. And then next thing you know, here we go, the cycle starting all over again, right? Dee Dee sees J.C. Willer, and they talking again. So J.C. Willer is the devil. He meets you at a crossroads at your life. You know how the devil did with Robert Johnson and everything at the crossroads. You want to be famous? Are you willing to pay the cost to be the boss? Boom. That was the comedian. I ain't too much care for it. So I'm honestly thinking that Jordan Peele did this. I'ma chunk out my weakest episode, but all the rest of them gonna be bump. All the rest of them gonna be badass. That's what I'm thinking. And maybe with this one, maybe it was just a little too much filler in this one. Maybe he should have kept this one at the running time of, listen, I'm looking like Nightmare at 30,000 feet is 37 minutes. Maybe there was a way he could have did that. Or, boom, how about you could have put Nightmare at 30,000 feet first, made it to 57 minutes, And you know, boom, 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 boom. Listen, Jordan Peele, you are a master of your own art. I can't tell you what to do. But the comedian, I didn't really too much like it. It didn't hold my attention. So now I'm gonna have to go and see. I'm trying to see. Now we all know Nightmare at 30,000 Feet is a remake of one of the, titular episodes from the original Twilight Zone. But I wonder if the comedian is like a remake of an old episode. Do anybody know? But listen, when it came to open the credits and Jordan Peele sitting at that table up in their apartment and stuff, listen, Jordan Peele, you can narrate my life when the fuck ever, bro. Whenever, wherever, however, narrate my life, bro. I'm just saying. But listen, regardless of this being a dry opening or episode of and all that stuff, it doesn't matter. Even the greats have slip ups and all that stuff. It's still a good episode, but it was just too predictable for me. And I think it probably ran a little too long. It was a whole lot of extra shit that we didn't need. But listen, I already started on the second episode, right? And the way it's going, the way I'm seeing, he finna make this into his own universe. Cause I saw Samir on a magazine that's in that second episode, y'all. So he finna make this his own personal universe. I'm down for it. I'm down for it. So, yeah. What would I give this episode? I would give it a C. Hold up. I give it a C. I would give this episode a C. I would. I ain't particularly care for it. But I'm glad if you were gonna do like I said, knock the get the weak shit out the way and get ready for the heavy bangers. I'm all for it. I'm ready. I'm still, I still love that nigga. I still love Jordan Peele, so it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? So that's it, y'all. Did y'all watch The Comedian? What was your thoughts about it? Let me know what you know. Let me know how you feel down below. Like, share, subscribe, leave comments down below and all that bullshit. And I'm gonna holler at y'all later.